You know no one wanted you for this position, right? I don't know if you're aware of that or... Oh, you weren't. Well, good. Their sense of decorum is still intact. Male, Esquire, to the body of, and for the king, has been a highly coveted position for over a century now. After about 10 years, depending upon the age of the king and the young man chosen, the male esquire can go into many other very prestigious positions in the court. Yeah, I'm sure you're aware. No one on my staff, or in the court for that matter, no one wanted you, boy. No one. Oh, you can. Well, since you say you can guess why, I would be very interested to know what your guess is as to why. Yes, that's true. You don't fit the image. Your hair is long. Yeah, your clothing is old, but it appears to be very well kept. I know you come from a poor family here in the kingdom, I know that. They won't be for long, though, with your new salary. You're what? Not manly enough? I'm saying it back to you the way you just said it to me with a question mark. You think that was one of the reasons? Oh, well, since you are sure it was, I will confess that was one of their reasons. But let's talk about that. Being manly. Let's talk about that. The question of you being manly enough. Because there is something that I know about you that they don't know. And because they did not bring it up, I mean, if they really knew then, there might not have been a question about you becoming my new young man. Not a question at all. I'm quite surprised that you didn't bring it up as well. I was very surprised, actually. The questions on your assessment evaluation, those questions about what weapons you are familiar with or have a command of, those questions about how familiar you are with certain weapons were left blank. And I wonder why. Shh, don't speak. Don't speak. I don't want you to disqualify yourself with a lie or by withholding the truth. So let me finish. You see, I know those questions would have been answered in the affirmative. I know this for a fact, boy. I know for a fact that you are most proficient in fencing, and your work with the sword has been the talk of this village for over a year. Are you okay? You're white as a bleached sheet. You see, young man, I know that you are the masked one that has been winning all of the competitions in fencing the village has had in the past 2 years. Shh. Young man, don't speak. Don't speak if you want this position, unless you plan to speak truth and not a lie. Let me finish. You are a master with that sword, and that is important because we look for someone who is also capable, if necessary, of protecting yours truly, the king, in case of an uprising or an attempt on my life. That's very important, and yet you chose not to reveal that about you. Not only that, but I know the reason you did not tell. Yes, because of your father. Stop apologizing and please stop crying. Rise back to your feet immediately, please. There is something else I will question you about concerning some answers on your tests which you also did not bring up when you conveyed what you thought the reasons were. I want to talk about some things you said, because maybe you're not aware of how they affected your score, at least with my staff. But we'll come back to some of your answers in a little bit. We'll save that for last. Now, why were you not completely transparent about your command of the sword, boy? Was it just your father? Okay, well now you're being honest. So your father's past as a murderer and a killer of innocent people in this village, although many years ago, you thought that would keep you from the position. I see. Shh, stop talking, please. Stop talking. I don't need long explanations. I just need brief, direct answers to my questions. I do understand, boy, I do. And maybe you would have been right. Maybe you would have been. How did I know it was you? I know all of my subjects in this kingdom, including every child born. I saw you take on the others in the fencing matches we had at the stadium, and even though you had the mask on and no one had a clue as to who you were, I and my sister, we did know. And I was fascinated that someone so young, someone like yourself, was so dominant out there on that stadium field, brutal, if you will, but without the mask, so young, so effeminate, so soft. I mean, the girly boy in the village. No one would believe it. Yeah. I take it your father taught you everything you know about that sword. I see. Well, your father was right. He was very right. Being able to protect yourself is not a skill just reserved for those that others perceived as manly men. Not at all. That's a myth and a farce that needs to die. We who are different must also be proficient in the art of war and protection. Yes, I did say we. It is no secret to those in my court that I am a bit like you. The only difference is your energy is in the bottom and my energy is on top. But we desire the same of the species, if you will. That species being man. Your fencing abilities are the reason, at least one of the reasons I pursued for you to be included in this selection process. I'm also guessing that the prize money is another reason you kept it secret, or even put on a mask in the first place. Oh, okay. There, calm down. Please stop crying, boy. Again, lift yourself off the floor, please. You mustn't do that, okay? There's no need. We're just talking. Yes, you can explain it. Well, you are right. Had it been known that it was you, then there probably would have been many that would have balked about that kind of money going to the son of one of the most notorious murderers of the last century in this kingdom. So you're probably right. Should I follow through and make you male esquire of the body, all of that talk will die down. There will literally be a decree that no one will be able to speak of it without punishment. So you won't have to worry about that, and your family will be able to, again, go into the marketplace and do things that you haven't been able to do in the past. Now, let's talk about your answers on the test. My staff was quite amused by them. You do know that. Did they laugh in your face, boy? Well, that will be no more. That will be no more. You know you will be next in line to be in charge over them. You won't actually be the first male esquire of our kind. For some reason, this position has attracted those of our persuasion, even though it's been quite secret for a century now. I was told what a noogie was. A sort of a hard poke. And I assure you, you will discover that I'm good at giving hard pokes. Oh, you blush. Good to know you sort of get my wicked kind of humor. It may be humorous, but believe me, boy, it's true. I'm real good at poking. It's all of that top energy. But my question to you is, you said this thing about cuddles. Lots of cuddles for the king. Cuddles. What, can you tell me what that might look like? I mean, I'm not, what are cuddles? Oh. Ooh. Oh, are you embarrassed? Well, you're not shy when talking about the cuddles. Wow. So what makes you think that a man like myself would be in need of cuddles? What? Well, it's not normally in line to question the king, but I will allow it this time. Yes, you may ask me a question. Oh. Do I think I might be in need of cuddles from someone like you? Someone with what? With bottom energy. Do I think I might be in need of cuddles from someone with bottom energy. Bottom energy. Bottom energy. Yes, I am. So there's finally a place for your kind. And mine. Finally, a very special place for ASMR that goes deep so that you can feel those tingles. You